with Vince McMahon reportedly having a say in WWE creative and more. This is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Speaking to TMZ about his upcoming WrestleMania match against Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes noted that, "I'd hope I'm the one to end the streak. If you're in the spot, you want to make sure you get the job done. I don't want to get cart before the horse on it either. I'm very excited. Again, I have no frame of reference. Nobody in my family ever did this before this far and this long. I just flew over the stadium, so I just want everyone to have a good time." You'd end one chapter that started in 1978 and you'd start a whole new chapter. So it's this odd bit of closure, but also closure for Dusty, closure for me, and in a way, looking forward to something new. But again, a tall task. This guy has beat literally everybody. There's nobody better than Roman. There truly isn't. Talk about the AEW video game being delayed once again. Kenny Omega said on the Swerve City podcast, "It does suck because the rating has held us back a little bit because we really wanted to get it out. The longer the time goes by, this finished product that we have of a game is just going to be a little dated, right? Sure, a lot of the same people are going to be there, but some aren't. You're going to wonder why. I've seen this guy on TV for weeks. Why isn't he in the game? It's because the game has been done. We've had to try to get our game in a position to be rated so that we can sell it. So now I can positively say that we're headed back in the right direction." On that same show, Omega talked about his current direction creatively in AEW, saying, "We're so comfortable in our own skin and where we're at in wrestling. Whatever I'm required to do, even if it's not be the focus or the star of the show, I feel I have something I can give that wherever I am on the card right now, we're just having fun six-man tags. I'm not supposed to be in this epic storyline encounter. No blood feuds right now. I'm in a position where right now we're doing six-man tags. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to look much different than everything else. Everyone let loose, enjoy the scene, party down. That's my role right now. Am I going to feel like, oh darn, I really want MJF's role? I want to be the guy telling the stories. I want to be on the microphone more. I want to bleed. I want to make people bleed. I want people to cheer me, to boo me. I want to belt on the line." It's not about that. It's about what needs to be on the show, what's different from everything else on the show. Do I have the skills to do the best I can in that role? A lot of times, because I've gone through the steps to prepare for it, doing fun six-man tags, yeah, I can absolutely do it. You can trust me in that role, and you can trust me with anybody, whether it be guys that are used to doing six-man tags, whether they're greener on the scene, or whether it's a fun gimmick match or a best-of-7 series, which was a huge challenge. I just knew that I trusted myself, and in the moments where the trust may waver in myself, I had two guys that trust themselves and trust me more than maybe I trust myself, so we can pick each other up. Taking to Instagram, MLW star Richard Holliday celebrated the end of his cancer treatments as he thanked fans for their support and noted how it's time to recover. With pop culture, WWE commentator Corey Graves mentioned making a return to in-ring action, saying, "I've recently started working with the NXT talent on helping develop characters and things of that nature, and I've really enjoyed it thus far. So I'm really looking forward to working with NXT a lot more as the year progresses. I'd like to remind everybody one more time that I have been cleared to compete, and I can't think of a better scenario for me to step back in the ring than alongside my beautiful wife." When it comes to the possibility of the Usos not being at the premium live event for WWE tonight, the Wrestling Observer newsletter wrote, "On SmackDown, Paul Heyman told Jimmy Uso that Reigns wants both Usos to stay home. This is an angle in some form. Both Usos can legally go to Canada, so that's not a cover story to explain them not being there, but a storyline playing off the idea some people expect the story is a cover to explain them not being there. This isn't saying they will be there, but it is to put the idea in your head that they won't be." Talking about who influenced him in pro wrestling, Big Bill told Comedy Store Wrestling that in terms of in-ring, I watched guys like Kevin Nash, Undertaker, Kane. A guy more people need to watch is Brock, especially after he came back in 2012. All the young guys that I talk to in AEW, I tell them, the most important thing to me, this is just my opinion. The most important thing to me when you're on camera is convincing the audience at home that you believe what you're doing is real. Brock does that. When you watch a Brock Lesnar match, how many moves does he do? Not many, but he walks around with such a menacing attitude and you believe as a viewer that he thinks it's real. He's trying to kill this guy. Brock is a big influence, especially after 2012. Undertaker, Kevin Nash, there's a lot of other guys I'm missing, but those are the big ones. For an Elimination Chamber diary video, Sami Zayn's wife said this about her husband facing Roman Reigns. I just get goosebumps thinking about what tonight's gonna be like. It's gonna be so emotional, and just thinking about it, he deserves the world. He deserves this moment. He deserves all the love from everyone in Montreal and the whole WWE universe. He's worked so hard, and I really believe that it's just gonna be a really memorable moment that we're never gonna forget for the rest of our lives. Speaking about his travel issues prior to AEW Dynamite this week, Hangman Page said during a virtual signing for High Spots, I almost got detained at the border last night too. Yeah, I might have ended up in Mexico by accident. I still don't know. I had to go through a border crossing check, and someone in the car who is not an American citizen didn't have their passport. I flew into San Antonio and then drove 2.5 hours to Laredo because Laredo would have been 3 flights, and that's just too many. It's one too many at least. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. You tell me. You're from Laredo. You tell me how I went through a border crossing without crossing a border. I don't know, but we did. We almost got detained, but I'm here. I am not in prison in America or Mexico. I'm doing well. When speaking to The Undertaker on his YouTube channel, Mike Tyson talked about which promotion, WWE or AEW, he would want to work for, saying, these guys wanted to put me on the show and stuff before, but I don't care if they got more money. If Vince puts me on the show, I'd rather go there even though AEW pays more money. The Undertaker replied, I don't blame you there. It's going to get much more play. WWE is going to do it right. With a rumored match for the YouTube star since his recent pay-per-view performance, it has been reported that Logan Paul vs. Seth Rollins, which was strongly teased at the Royal Rumble, is 100% set in stone for WrestleMania 39. PWInsider.com has confirmed. When it comes to WWE potentially signing a former AEW World Champion, Sean Ross Sapp reported that there is chatter emanating from WWE of late, with several in the company believing they have a chance to land Kenny Omega. Despite the AEW-WWE rivalry, we're told that Omega had a positive relationship with WWE, and especially Triple H, when discussing the potential of heading to the company in late 2018. Ultimately, Kenny chose to go to AEW. Though there have been heavy AEW accusations regarding contract tampering, WWE sources told Fightful they don't believe that was the case with Omega specifically. Staying on the topic of Kenny Omega, Sean Ross Sapp also noted that AEW could add on time to his current deal. With Kenny Omega's AEW contract in question, we've heard from several staff and talent who have heard about the situation. Numerous sources have claimed to have overheard AEW founder Tony Khan say that Omega has substantial injury time that could be added to Omega's contract to extend it if AEW chose to. We can confirm that option is in Omega's contract, which is standard in AEW deals. One talent noted that considering that Omega has good representation, that might not necessarily be a slam dunk, or might have some concessions to it. Those we spoke to in AEW also claim that they don't believe the injury time has been added yet. We reached out to Tony Khan to ask, but haven't heard back. There was one source that claimed late in 2022 that Omega's deal would be up soon, and that he could be working without one. Another source familiar with the situation told us that Omega's deal would not be up that soon, and dispelled that chatter. The latter ended up being the case, as that period is already bypassed. It was also reiterated to us that Omega has it written in his AEW contract that he has the freedom to appear in New Japan as long as it doesn't conflict with AEW duties or an agreement is made. During a recent documentary about her New Japan debut, Mercedes Mone revealed that she has been in contact with those at WWE, as she said, and also at midnight, I got a very nice text from Triple H, and still it's crazy, and I got an amazing text from William Regal this morning. While he is not in charge of creative at the moment, it seems that WWE Chairman Vince McMahon still has something to do with the feud between Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. As Dave Meltzer pointed out on Wrestling Observer Radio, it's Paul Levesque, Triple H, and Vince. Vince does have input into this one, he definitely does, but still, in theory, it's Paul's decision. Previously, MMA journalist Ariel Helwani did an interview with AEW president Tony Khan, where Khan was asked about the backstage altercation at All Out, as well as the future of CM Punk. Khan would decline to answer, and later, Helwani referred to the interview as a waste of time. Now, Helwani, who is a native of Montreal, appeared at the most recent SmackDown in his hometown. This caused Khan to call out Helwani on Twitter as he wrote, "You're a fraud, Ariel Helwani. You're as legitimate of a reporter as Tony Schiavone." Ariel responded, "Thanks for watching, old friend. Can't wait for our next chat. Also, don't listen to the snowman Schiavone. You're a legend in my books." Khan then said, "Good luck with the unbiased journalism." And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.